They didn't fight for you, they didn't chase you, they didn't even try to explain. Just silence. And you're left wondering if they even regret losing you. If they're avoidant, it's not a simple yes or no, because their regret comes late, and it rarely looks like what you were hoping for. So let's break down the silent regret, what avoidants actually think after losing you. And at the end, I'll walk you through the 3 phases that usually happen once the silence starts to crack them. Here's the part no one warns you about. Avoidants rarely process loss in real time. While you're breaking down, they're powering through. While you're in grief, they're in distraction. And that disconnect makes you question everything. You start to wonder, did I imagine the whole connection? Was I the only one who ever really felt it? Avoidants protect themselves by pulling away from emotions, even their own. When the relationship ends, they don't get flooded with regret. They get flooded with relief, not because they didn't care, but because being close triggered something that they learned early, that needing someone or being needed could backfire on them. Maybe they grew up with parents who were distant, reactive, or overwhelmed themselves, so they learned to cope by shutting down instead of opening up. That's why real connection doesn't feel safe. It feels like something they'll mess up or get swallowed by. So when the relationship ends, it doesn't feel like a loss at first. It feels like relief, like finally getting distance from a kind of emotional pressure they were never taught how to handle. But here's the catch. Once the pressure fades, they start to realize what they pushed away. And that's when the regret starts to creep in. If you're still spinning in confusion, wondering if they'll ever realize what they lost, don't wait on their timeline. Download the free No Contact Quick Start Guide. The link is on the screen. Now, let's walk through what usually happens next once the silence starts to get to them. Phase 1, rationalization. They'll tell themselves it had to end. They focus on flaws. They distract themselves with work, friends, or a rebound relationship because regret hasn't landed on them yet. They're too busy avoiding the discomfort. Then phase 2 comes, quiet recognition. Weeks or months later, something small triggers a memory. And for a second, they feel something. Not enough to reach out, but enough to notice what they're missing. Then phase 3, conflicted reflection. Now here's where avoidance gets stuck. They feel the loss, but also they fear what being close again would mean to them. They may miss the version of you who didn't ask for more, not because they're ready to reconnect, but because they want the good parts back without changing what made it all fall apart. And this is where your power comes in. Regret in them means nothing unless growth is happening in both of you. Because most avoidants don't reach out to rebuild. They reach out to see if you still care, without having to deal with the emotions that come with being close. They're looking for a signal that you still want them, without having to face the vulnerability of real closeness. And if you jump back in without any change, you'll fall right back into the same pattern. You don't need their regret to prove you mattered. You already did. Let them sit with whatever they lost. You don't have to carry it for them. If they reach out, this video will help you respond without getting pulled back in. The link is on the screen. And if you want help staying steady and not second-guessing yourself, join the inner workroom, the link's below. Let their silence do what it does. You're not waiting anymore, you're moving forward.